Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Smitha. Today's tutorial is one of my personal favorites because these are the tricks that I follow in every tutorial of mine, especially in recreations when I have to change my facial structure to match a celebrity's face or anybody's face that I'm recreating. So I'll show you the right way to use contours and highlighters and blushes and bronzers to chisel your face. I already have my foundation on to just save some time, and this is how it looks from the side. You can see a little bit of that double chin, which we will take care of as well. We will conceal that and make it look all chiseled. So with the help of some illusions, we will reduce the size of our face, lift our cheekbones, and chisel our jawline. And for that, first I'm going to create some shadows using a dark color on my face, which is called contouring. And I'm going to be using the Girl Pro Conceal in bronze. I'm going to start with applying this on the topmost points of my forehead as well as the sides of my face to reduce the size. And then I'm going to create a shadow in the hollows of my cheekbones just to give my cheekbones a more lifted effect. And the way I'm going to do this is either by making a fish face, which normally people do. And if you don't want to take the trouble of making that fish face, you can measure directly from the topmost point of your ear all the way going down to your mouth. And that'll be the line that you will be contouring. And I usually stop somewhere along the outer corner of my eye. I'm also going to apply this under my jawline to conceal any double chin and to get that chiseled V shape. And to make my nose appear slender, I'm going to contour on the sides of my bridge as well. And now using the Sigma flat kabuki brush, I'm going to start buffing everything out so it blends in with my skin and you cannot see any harsh edges or lines. If you want a more subtle contour, use a cream contour like this directly on the foundation. If you've already applied your powder, you can also go for a powder contour, which is easier to blend, but looks a little bit more harsh than a cream contour, which we will talk about shortly. Now let's look at all the facial features that protrude forward. So that'll be our chin, our cupid's bow, our nose, our cheekbones, our brow bones, as well as forehead. These are the features that I'm going to be highlighting, and I'm going to be using a lighter color to highlight. So for that, I'm using the Girl Pro Conceal in pure beige. So when you apply something lighter on your face, it brings that particular feature or part of your face forward. So in short, contour pushes everything back and highlighting pulls everything forward. I'm also going to be highlighting my jawline to give me that extra dimension that will add to that chisel look. To blend this out, you can use a brush or a sponge. I personally prefer a damp beauty sponge because it gives you that flawless finish and it also absorbs that extra concealer that you don't need on your face. To dampen my sponge, I hold it under running water till it expands in size, and then I squeeze out all the water, and then I'll put it in a dry towel to remove any excess water that I couldn't squeeze out, and that's when I use it. When you use cream products on your face, it's very easy for it to settle in fine lines and to start creasing. So to prevent that, you always have to set it with some powder. And today I'm going to be using the Artistry loose powder to set all areas of my face where I use the concealer. And then with the same powder, I'm going to be setting my entire face. Now you can see we have a more structured face, structured jawline. We've concealed a little bit of our double chin, so everything looks very subtle, but we still have a structure. And now I'll show you how to use powder contours and powder highlights. And for that, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Contour Kit. I'm taking the shade Fawn with this angled brush from Coastal Scents, and I'm going to first start with the hollows of my cheekbones. The contour at your cheekbones should almost look like a triangle where the tip is pointing out to the lip. And if you can tell the difference, cream contours are a lot more subtle than powder contours, although in this case I've applied the powder contour over the cream contour, so it makes it a little bit more harsh. But in general, if you want something very subtle, go with cream contour. I'm going to be contouring in the usual places where I use the cream contour. This is only for demonstration purpose. I either use only cream contour or only powder contour. And you can see instantly how my jawline has gotten that V shape and it's more structured now. To contour my nose in particular, I like to use this toothbrush shaped brush. This is from the oval brush set, a 10-piece set that I got off of Amazon. I just feel like it gives me more control while drawing those straight lines out, especially in smaller areas. But you can use any small brush like a definer brush or a detailing brush, and that should definitely help. And to highlight, I'm going to be using Banana. This has a yellow undertone, so it's not going to give you any flashbacks, and it'll brighten up any area that you apply to instantly. So I'm going to be using this in all the high planes, and I'm going to blend it out so it looks seamless. Now let's jump to bronzers. I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm going to be applying it directly above the contour. And why do I need a bronzer? Just to give that sun-kissed tan look. If you don't like that look, you can just stick with a contour. And the main difference between contour and bronzer is contour powders are usually matte, bronzers usually have a shine to them. And right above the bronzer is where you'll apply the blush. I'm going to be using the Sigma Aura powder in pink. I'm using the super soft synthetic brush from Wet n Wild to apply it. I usually like to apply it higher up on my cheekbones rather than on the apples of my cheeks, because that'll give you a more chubbier look. When you apply it higher, it gives you a more lifted look. And finally, to add that glow to my face, I'm going to be using a highlighter with a shine, and that's called an Illuminator. Today, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood Illuminator. I'll be using the Sigma highlighter brush to apply it on larger areas and a tapered small pencil brush to highlight in smaller areas for more detailed work. And this will go on the highest points of my high planes. I'm not including the jawline here, but everything else. And that's pretty much it, you guys. That's in-depth contour, highlight, blush and bronzer tutorial for you guys, and you can see how much of a difference it makes. It changes the facial structure, it gives you more dimension. You can see the before and after. The before looks so flat, the after has so much more depth to it, and the face also looks a lot more slimmer. Let me know your thoughts by commenting below. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to thumbs up, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you're following me on social media. All the links are in the description box below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with another tutorial. Bye guys.